you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here, especially with Denmark taking over the EU Presidency from July 1st. And it is important that we share thoughts and ideas and discuss the topic within this area. As you know, Denmark is one of the most developed and digital countries in the world. And we are all aware that a digitalized society has huge benefits. Studies have repeatedly shown that all sectors, areas, and functions of importance are dependent on two things: electricity and data connections. It probably doesn't come as a big surprise to you, but it clearly shows that the telecommunications sector is a fundamental part of our preparedness and resilience. Because you connect modern society both in everyday life and in crisis situation, both nationally and internationally. Relying on critical infrastructure can make us vulnerable. And we are target of cyber attacks and cyber espionage from foreign states. And as you all know, the overall threat landscape has changed. Denmark, like the rest of Europe, has to deal with complex challenges, both now and in the years to come. The security situation is challenging. As a society, we need to deal with threats of hybrid warfare, cyber attacks, and espionage. These are threats that can impact both the public sector and businesses. And this could have major consequences for our societal security and preparedness. This is where the telecommunications sector comes as a key player. As you know, telecommunication is a foundation of all digital communication, and it acts as a first line of defense to protect our data and our important information. Information that mustn't fall in the wrong hands. The NIS2 directive plays an important role in this context. One of my main priorities during the past months has therefore been to ensure a successful Danish implementation. And as you probably know, the directive have been implemented separately for the telecommunications sector in Denmark, and the new regulation will enter into force on July 1st. In light of the current threat picture and the importance of telecommunication, it is one of our priorities under the EU Presidency to continue the efforts to strengthen the robustness and resilience of critical telecommunications infrastructure. It is important that the security aspect, including cybersecurity, is thought into all initiatives related to telecommunications infrastructure. Finally, I want to emphasize that Denmark is fundamentally a safe and secure country. But we cannot deny that reality has changed. Everyone, including public authorities, businesses, citizens, all have a role to play in strengthening national resilience. I therefore welcome the involvement of the private sector in making our society more resilient and prepared for future threats. And I look forward to continuing the dialogue on how businesses and civil society can be more involved and contribute in this matter. With this short statement, I wish you some good debates here at the conference. It's of great importance to all the job that is at your hand. Thank you.
Okay, Torsten, thank you very much for giving us your view on this important topic. In a moment, we will have a panel here discussing how we can make Europe more secure and resilient. And I would like to ask you, what is your expectations from operators, and how can EU support the operators in building the resilience and strengthen infrastructure?
I have no doubt that the need for more investment in making networks even more secure is very high. And I know that you are, as an industry, invest billions and billions in both improving the networks, giving better coverage, making use of new technology, but also making sure that the networks are robust and resilient, because you know that you're under attack. So I'm sure that the NIS2 directive will make a huge improvement on cybersecurity, not just in telecommunication, but in general of our critical infrastructure, because we can see that the willingness to attack, the willingness to use hybrid attacks is increasing, and it's increasing pretty much. And of course, I was 13 when the Berlin Wall fell. And I grew up in a situation where it was the end of history, that our liberal democracy was the winner of the ideological race, but we're not there anymore. And that calls for big changes, and that includes you as well. And I'm confident that you will be a strong line of defense, because we need it. And as you, for instance, saw during the blackout in Spain and Portugal, the need for communication during a crisis is extremely important. We saw it in Denmark when there was a breakout from the largest operator in November, that the public response when something isn't working it's more tense right now due to this security situation.
Thank you very much. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your very clear and strong messages to us.
Thank you.
Please.